Hello, welcome to this episode of Talking About Rock. Here we bring you rock interviews from veteran and upcoming artists. We're always available wherever you get your podcasts and on all the streaming services. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Follow us on our social media and our website, talkingaboutrock.com. On this episode, Scott Holt from Foghat. In January 22, Foghat announced that Charlie Huhn, who had replaced original singer Dave Peverett, who had passed in 2000, had decided to retire, and they asked Scott Holt to take over vocals. On the new album, Sonic Mojo, the band tips their hat to great artists that came before them, as well as giving plenty of winks and nods from the current lineup. Founding member, drummer, leader of the pack, Roger Earl, is joined by stalwart guitarist and engineer and co-producer Brian Bassett from Wild Cherry and Molly Hatchet, along with fun-loving low-end thumper and fan favorite Rodney O'Quinn from Pat Travers' band. Scott Holt on lead vocals from Buddy Guy, who has been the singer and guitarist for the band's recent side project, EARL the Agitators. Next up, singer and guitarist Scott Holt from Foghat on Talking About Rock. Okay, let's welcome Scott Holt from Foghat to the show. Hello, Scott. How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Great to have you with us, and great to see Sonic Mojo is #1 on the Billboard Blues charts, man. That's terrific.
We're real excited about it.
Yep. So in 2022, you joined Foghat after working with them on a side project. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Well, I've been around the Foghat camp since about 2014. Roger and I had been writing songs together and just getting along great. You know, we've been friends since we met. And I was actually down in Florida at their studio, getting ready to work on Sonic Mojo, which didn't have a name at that point or really a song list. We were just writing some songs. And Charlie decided to retire. Their former lead singer decided to retire. And I was already there and already writing, and they said, well, do you want to join the band? And I said, absolutely. So we pivoted from working on the record to learning the set. So because we had gigs coming up in a couple of weeks. So it was kind of a crash course.
It was like a no-brainer to just drop you right into that for sure.
Well, I was just grateful for the opportunity. And I love these guys very much, and we get along great, and I love making music with them, and it's just been a real fun time.
Yeah, and you actually jump-started your career at 19, right? You were kind of fast-tracked, and you joined your friend and mentor, Buddy Guy, as his second guitarist.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That was a crash course too. It was, I was lucky because I was young enough and naive enough to not be intimidated by it. I didn't realize the magnitude of what I was taking on by playing guitar with Buddy Guy. He taught me everything. You know, I'd never been away from home. And when I got with Buddy, within a month we were in Brazil. And then we were, going overseas to Europe and Japan and Australia. And, I got to see the whole world with him. I got to learn so much about entertaining, about playing guitar, about the blues, about just life experiences. It was the 10 years I spent with Buddy was a real blessing.
Right. And you actually met and played with some outstanding folks, Eric Clapton, Carlos Santana. Can you tell us a little bit about any of that?
I got to meet all of my heroes that were still alive, and I got to know them as people, which was the really cool part about it. Like, John Lee Hooker wasn't just, I didn't know him just through the record collection. I got to know John Lee Hooker and B.B. King and Albert Collins and they were mentors to me, in a certain respect, and that I got to follow them and watch them closely and get to know them as people. Junior Wells and Otis Rush and just all the great iconic blues artists that I got to meet. And then, of course, in the rock realm, Clapton came in and jammed with us a few times, and Carlos, I played with Carlos a few times, and it was always an honor and a privilege to get to be around those guys.
Yeah, so many of the people that created so much of the music that started so much of this, and so much of it is based on, right?
Right.
Excellent. All right, very cool. Well, I want to take a quick break, and we're going to check out one of the tracks from Sonic Mojo and then video for it. She's a Little Bit of Everything, and we'll be right back here with Scott Holt on Talking About Rock.
To see, tells it like it is. She keeps a mystery. She's got it all, she's dragging me in. She's a little bit of everything. Sweet as an angel, she's a little bit of everything. She's a little bit of everything. She's with me, it's a win-win. She's a little bit of everything. She's got it all, she's dragging me in. She's a little bit of everything.
Okay, we're back here on Talking About Rock. Just checked out the track for She's a Little Bit of Everything from Sonic Mojo. Excellent track, man. That sounds awesome. So you guys are not only in the music realm, you also are in the vino business now also.
Yeah, that's something that Roger and Linda, our manager, cooked up a few years ago, and they met a winemaker out in California and started making a Foghat wine, and it's some good stuff. If you get a chance, you should check it out.
Yeah, I was checking that on the site. Are you guys going to be selling that at any of the shows or anything, or is it just strictly online? Or
I think for the most part, it's strictly online. There's some trickiness to dealing with alcohol,
right,
on the road, but we have done some wine tastings, some private events where people can come, and we've had the wine there. So there's things that we can do with it, but it's not a regular thing for the shows.
Right. Okay. So that would be really cool. Yeah. Just go to one of the tasting events and check that out.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So the Sonic Mojo tour starts, it looks like December 2nd in St. Charles, Illinois. You guys kick that off. Who are you bringing out with you on tour?
I think that show is just us. We're pretty much on the road all the time. And so, we're going to do St. Charles on the 2nd or 3rd, whatever it is. And then I think the next weekend we're in Atlantic City. And then I think we have about maybe 2 or 3 weeks off for Christmas. And then we start back up again. So we don't really take a lot of time off because, we're a live band and we love to play, and, we love to see the fans and get out there and do what we do.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I was lucky enough to catch the band back in the day when they were opening up for Triumph here in Buffalo. I think it was about in '83 for a Stone Blue or something like that. And that was just an amazing show. Yeah. So I hope I can check you guys out somewhere on the road. Very, very cool. If you folks want to check out the tour dates, obviously foghat.com/tour. You can check out all the dates to check out that and check out the new album, Sonic Mojo. Very, very cool stuff. Well, thank you, Scott, for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I had a good time talking to you.
Excellent. So if you folks out there have comments or questions for us, you can email us at talkingaboutrock@gmail.com. Like us and follow us on our social media and at Talking About Rock. And again, thank you, Scott. Best of luck, man, on the Sonic Mojo tour, man. Great stuff.
Thank you, man. Have a good day.
You too now.